North Carolina is a state which should be reliably Republican, but US Vice President Kamala Harris is dedicating significant campaign resources to try to flip the battleground blue. Sky News Washington correspondent Annelise Nielsen has spoken to North Carolina voters about the consequential choice between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris that could make or break their presidential prospects.
North Carolina voted for Barack Obama in 2008, which seems hard to believe almost 2 decades on in a state that's so broadly conservative.
Who's going to win?
Say Trump.
Trump.
The Tar Heel state, as it's known, has one of the largest rural populations of any US state, which has in modern days become a reliably Republican demographic.
Trump, Trump, and Trump again.
But there's trouble for the Republican Party from within that could see Kamala Harris flip the state. It's candidates like these, not just Donald Trump, who could feel the full effects of the Mark Robinson scandal.
So we're what's called down ballot. It'll start with the president and go all the way down, and I will be on November 5th as well.
A CNN report revealed the Republican candidate for governor of North Carolina was a regular commentator on a porn forum where, among many graphic posts, he declared himself to be a black Nazi.
Now, look, I've seen some of the statements. I haven't seen them all. Some of them are pretty gross, to put it mildly.
We found, however, the scandal is something of a case study in how selectively many voters are consuming their news and who they trust.
I don't believe it. It's going totally against Mark Robinson's character. So
It's just to muddy the waters. Like, what else can you do?
But what's the race like where the electoral map is less red? There are 6 pivot counties in North Carolina that voted for Barack Obama twice and then Donald Trump. Of those, Martin County was carried by the smallest margin.
I'm a Trump person. A lot of my friends are, but everybody's not.
Timothy Robertson runs the Filling Station restaurant in Robertsonville. This used to be the bustling hub of the local community when the region was a sea of tobacco farms.
Oh, everybody's mad, pissed off, if you want to say it, put it out there, about the cost of living. We around here right now, these boys are picking the corn and they're getting $3.50 a bushel for corn, the same price it was 20 years ago. So, and then our costs, for putting in fertilizer costs, fuel costs, stuff like that, has gone up.
And people are feeling cynical about politics in general.
I just don't trust the Democratic Party in our country right now at all. I'm not sure who's really been leading the country for the last 4 years, to be honest with you.
While we find a lot of Republicans here, a third vote for Trump is not a clear choice for everyone.
Our son says, "Mother, you cannot vote for Trump this year." And that's something we don't discuss in our household. And with them anymore.
Nielsen, time to go bull riding on a Saturday night. We got him set and ready. He needs you right now.
Presidential elections might feel like the spectacle no one can look away from, but at the Benson Rodeo, there's plenty to distract the locals, and we do eventually find our first Democrat.
Kamala has a good chance. I really do.
You're the first person we've heard say that in Benson.
Oh, right. Well, you know why, right? Okay. We'll not go into that story. But yes, this is a red state.
This is a deep red part of North Carolina, so you might be wondering, why are we here talking to these voters? But the fact is, if Donald Trump can't convince this crowd to come out and vote, they might not at all. This is a non-compulsory voting country, and that could spell disaster in a state he only won by a margin of 1.5% in 2020. So are you going to vote for Trump?
I honestly, at this point, I don't know if I'll vote at all. just because he's not a perfect candidate either. I absolutely will not vote for Kamala.
North Carolina is this year shaping up to be one of the most important states. If Kamala Harris can wrangle a win here, it sets up a few clear paths to victory in the all-important Electoral College count. It can be done, but it won't be easy.
Who are you voting for?
Trump 2024.
Annelise, Nielsen, Sky News, North Carolina.